Hello and welcome back to Mudwalkers. My name is Chris. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you'd like to support me financially. Also, do hit the subscribe button. It helps a lot because most of you are not subscribed. So, you want to learn how to have tough conversations? Well, I am not an expert, but I do have a method that has gotten me through some real doozies. I learned this method from Jordan Peterson, I think. If it sounds familiar from someone else, correct me in the comments below because I haven't been able to find this talk from Peterson that I thought he gave. So yeah, correct me if I need to be corrected. Spoilers, the method boils down to relax, calm down. There is a little bit more to it than that because knowing that you're supposed to calm down and actually calming down are two very different things. So here are 5 simple tips to tell you how to relax. Rule number 1, slouch. Yes, slouch. Lean on the armrest. Recline. Loosen your face. More. Okay, not that much. Okay, there. Yes. Do something, anything, to physically relax while you're having this conversation. If you can get your body to relax, you're going to cue your brain and your body that you're not actually under threat. Relaxing your body can help relax your mind, which is hugely important for quickness and clarity of thought. Breathe slowly and deeply. If you feel yourself tensing up, exhale longer than you inhale. This will cue your heart rate to decrease. It's easy to start breathing too quickly in these tense situations, so take a minute to focus on your breathing. Speak slowly, calmly, and politely. Not like this. I don't know what this problem is. I don't know what I did wrong. Stephanie just told me about this yesterday, and I still don't, no one has even told me what I did. Like this. Okay, I understand that. I'm having a hard time understanding right now what exactly I did to upset everyone. I know that there was something in there, but I just found out that anyone was upset last night when Stephanie called me. So if you could please just run over it again real quick with the details so that I can understand what it is that really happened. This will not only help you relax, but could help set the tone for the other person. If you get too loud or upset, you could upset the other person more, make the situation just generally worse, and make yourself even more flustered. You can't just say that. Don't get upset. Speak naturally and calmly. That's not how I remember it. Stephanie was there. I'm sure if you ask her, she'll confirm what I'm saying. But it just sounds like what you were told isn't true. And now, a word from today's sponsor. This episode of Mudwalkers has been brought to you by my generous supporters on Patreon. Shout out to Nature Him, Todd, Alex M, Edward, John S, Joseph, Charlie, Lionheart, Adam, Edward T, Jay Good, Cyan, John W, Clifton, None Here, Alan M, Andrew K, Marty, Austin S, Martin C, Benjamin M, Careerbo, Tony S, Randy L, this person, JLDL, David H, Chris, Lamont W, Gary, Corky S, Michael M, Kenneth L, John F, Jeremy H, G10, Richard M, and PJH. Thank you all so much for your support on Patreon. You're making this channel possible. You're keeping my work sustainable. I can't thank you enough for what you're doing on Patreon, guys. Honestly, it's great. If you're not already a Patreon member, check out the link in the description. Because not only do my patrons get early access to all my content, as much of it as I'm able to upload early, which is almost every single video. The $10 patrons also get access to a monthly Zoom hangout with me, although we're using Skype nowadays because it's doesn't have the waiting period in between meetings and we can meet for longer, blah, 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 boring administrative stuff. That concludes our sponsor spot, so let's get back to the video. Tip number 4, paraphrase the other person. You haven't been showing up on time and it's making things hard on everyone else. I see, so me showing up late, not being on time, makes work stack up on everybody else, which in turn makes your job a lot harder than it needs to be. Right. Exactly. I like to call this one sketching a thought with a different pencil. Whatever the person is asking or telling you, if it's unclear in the slightest, repeat it back to the person, trying to paraphrase as many words as possible. This is to make sure you really understand what's being said. Paraphrasing it shows you aren't just listening for the word-for-word sentences and memorizing that basic data. It shows the person that you care about what this person really means, what this person is really getting at, what the core of the message is, which could actually bring a whole new dimension to the conversation and help endear you to the other person, help, build a bridge, offer an olive branch, if you will. But of course, there's also the added benefit that you might actually not understand what's going on. Paraphrasing it might lead the other person to say, actually, no, that's not quite what I meant. It's more like this. And then, boom, suddenly you understand the situation better and you can actually navigate it at a deeper level. So yeah, paraphrasing is pretty cool. Just don't overdo it or you'll be a silly little copycat, won't you? Why are you just repeating everything I'm saying? You're wondering what the reason is that I'm paraphrasing all of your statements and inquiries. It's a good question, a fascinating question. Yes. Rule number 5, don't punch back. If the person insults you or otherwise baits you to lash out, don't give in. Stay cool, stay peaceful. Usually when people come into my office, they try harder not to be stupid. I understand that. I can see you're upset, and that's okay. Clearly I've done something to hurt you, and I'm sorry. I want to try to understand it. I want to try to fix it. I'm here to learn. That's why I'm here, is to try and make this work, try and fix this. I didn't want any of this to happen. If I had known there would have been a problem, I would have done things totally differently. Again, I just want to understand so that I can try to repair, make amends, fix what I've done. And that's about it. If you end up in one of these conversations, sorry. But if you do, just remember these 5 steps. Especially breathing and slouching. Very important. Oh, and staying quiet. That's important too. And be nice. Social media links are in the description below. We moved to earbud. Alright, we're pretty much ready now. Fix the hail. Just don't overdo it or you'll be a silly little... You haven't been showing up on time, and it's making things hard on everyone else. Anyway.